All right, those were just 2 of my hamburger buns into my 350-degree oil for this delicious game day meal. So I'm just going and letting those ride until they're nice and golden brown. All right, now that we have these nice and toasty brown, I'm gonna flip them over on their other side. We wanna make sure that they are golden, crispy brown, just like so. 350-degree oil with our hamburger buns. All right, now that we have these nice and toasty golden brown, I'm just gonna place them onto my paper towel. This part is key so that it soaks up all that extra oil. So I'm just going in, and I just have a paper towel lined little plate so we can catch all that extra oil before moving on to our next step of this delicious game day meal. All right, 4 pieces of sourdough into our hot oil. All right, we let our little sourdough bread toast. Oh my goodness, look at how golden brown and delicious. We're just gonna flip them once they are nice and crispy for this delicious and satisfying little lunch recipe. All right, our fry bread is perfectly golden and crispy brown. So I'm just gonna start to place those onto our paper towel lined little plate here, so we can kind of let that oil absorb just like so. You can feel free to do any kind of bread, but I love a good sourdough bread. I mean, it is hard to beat. Look at how delicious and golden, bubbly brown those are. Those are just our Hawaiian sweet rolls into our 350-degree oil, and oh my goodness, we're gonna flip them over so they get nice and golden brown on both sides. All right, once we have these nice and golden brown, we're just gonna pull them out very gently and pop them right onto our paper towel lined plate to get all of that excess oil off. All right, now that we have these fried up, I'm gonna move those off to the side. I have just about a pound of our ground beef. And in addition to our ground beef, I'm coming in with some of this delicious Manwich Original, which is a sloppy Joe mix where you literally just add the beef. So I'm going in with that entire container right into our medium mixing bowl. I have our little spatula here. This is such a classic recipe that I love making. I kind of just took my fun little twist on it and kind of making it a little more naughty with our fried bread. But I think this is a great recipe for game day. You can make a ton of these. You can even do little sliders as well. So as long as we have that ground beef kind of mixed in with our Manwich Original, I think that looks pretty good, smelling pretty good as well. We're gonna move that off to the side. I'm gonna bring back in our delicious little buns here. We'll go ahead and flip them over. Oh my gosh, look at how delicious and golden brown those look too. Woo, my mouth is watering. All right, I'm gonna come in with my ice cream scoop and our delicious ground beef and Manwich. Oh, look at how delicious that is. I'm just gonna go in, and I like my Sloppy Joes super stacked. So I'm gonna go in with a large kind of ice cream scoop of that Sloppy Joe mix, just like so, perfect. And here's the part where you can really get creative. I'm gonna go in, I have just some white onions that I slivered down, and I'm gonna top these with some onions. So I'm an onion girly. You could do lettuce, you could do tomato. The possibilities really are endless. And I'm just gonna kind of pat those down. A little red onion too, you could even do caramelized onions. I just love that good fresh white onion. In addition, I'm gonna come in, I have some pickled jalapeno peppers. I love spice on my little Manwiches, so I'm gonna go in with some of those pickled jalapenos. You could do an American cheese here, you could do a Swiss cheese here. The possibilities really are endless. So I'm just going in with some of those peppers, just like so, perfect. All right, now that we have our delicious sandwiches built, I'm gonna go in with the top. Oh, perfect. I mean, look at how delicious these are. Like I said, perfect for game day. I'm just gonna cut one in half so we can see. Oh, that bread is perfectly crunchy. And we have that ground beef sandwich mix like ooze together. Now this is what I want on game day. Look at how stacked that is. Absolutely delicious, super easy, super customizable. You've got to give it a try. All right, we're gonna move these off to the side. I have just a small cutting board that we're going to be bringing in all of our cured meats. I found these in my local deli and they were actually on sale, so they're perfect for this recipe. I'm starting off with the calabresa, And then I'm going in with the Italian salami as well. But you can feel free to do any kind that you like. And of course, we are going in with our smoked provolone cheese. I just got the cut ones. You could also go with the block or the shredded, but I think it's perfect for this recipe if you get like the slices. Just kind of make sure that those are all evenly distributed for this portion of the recipe. Perfect. All right, and this recipe is not complete without some red onions. I'm gonna go in with my red onions right on top of our provolone smoked cheese. And I'm going pretty heavy with our onions. I am an onion girl, so I love a good onion. So I use that entire red onion for this recipe. Alongside that, I'm going to be bringing in some mayonnaise. We're just gonna go right on top of our ingredients with that mayonnaise, just like so. Depending on how much mayonnaise you like, you can feel free to add more or less. And of course, our yellow mustard. Same thing, if you want more or less, you can also use a Dijon, a spicy, a brown, a seedy, but I just like the good old classic Heinz yellow mustard. And then I'm gonna go in with my classic oval hamburger dill pickles. So I'm gonna go in, and same thing, just go right on top of our ingredients with those delicious little dill pickles. You could also use like the sandwich pickles, you can go with some gherkins, kosher, whatever you like. Bread and butter even. And I like to add a little bit of that pickle juice too, because it just adds a little bit of that vinegar that we need. And it's a great addition to this recipe. I think that looks pretty good. And then of course, I'm gonna be coming in with our hot chili peppers, or I like to call them pepperoncinis. Ooh, make sure you use your strength on that. And we're gonna go in with a couple of those pepperoncinis right on top of our ingredients. It's gonna add a little bit of spice, a little bit of crunch, and it's always delicious. I mean, look at how cute they are too. They're like little baby ones. Super cute and add a great little pop of color as well. I think that looks pretty good. And then we're gonna go in with our seasonings. I have just some Italian seasoning. And this is kind of where you can get creative. You can feel free to do any kind of seasonings you want. I love doing an Italian blend. I think it really just melds well with all of our ingredients that we're using. So I'm just going over the entire little cutting board that we have. In addition to our Italian seasonings, I'm gonna come in with some red crushed pepper. I love a good spice, so I love adding crushed red pepper to just about everything. So I'm gonna go pretty heavy with that crushed red pepper, just like so. Perfect. All right, now that we have this beautiful mound of ingredients, I'm gonna come in with my large cutting utensil. And I'm just gonna go and start chopping all of those ingredients together gently, using a little bit too much muscle, so we can just get them all melded together for this delicious little lunch recipe. And I'm gonna go down this way so we can get nice, good cuts and chops with that meat, the cheese, the pickles, the onions, and our seasonings as well. So I'm just going and making sure everything is evenly cut. So we'll go ahead and do that now. All right, this is looking absolutely amazing. You wanna make sure you get everything off of your utensil right into our large Italian pile. And now I'm gonna bring in our delicious fry bread. And what we're gonna do, I'm gonna grab a spatula. We're gonna go right into all of our yummy Italian ingredients. We're going, oh my gosh, I mean, look at how delicious all of our layers are. I'm gonna go right onto our fry bread, just like so. Don't be afraid to stack these. No one is going to hate you for not stacking your sandwiches. So I'm gonna go right on in. Just gonna get a ton of those yummy Italian chopped ingredients. Oh, my mouth is absolutely watering right now. So I'm just gonna go in and stack our sandwiches with that yummy, delicious creation. And then we want something a little bit fresh too. So I'm gonna go in, we're gonna move that off to the side, save those for the remainder of our sandwiches. I have just some iceberg lettuce. So we're gonna go ahead and top our sandwiches with that iceberg lettuce. I think that looks pretty good. Beautiful. And then what we have, make sure they're on the right way. We have a delicious stacked grinder sandwich with all of our meats, our cheeses, our pickles, our pepperoncinis, our mayo, our mustard. I mean, what better lunch than a chopped fried grinder sandwich? Enjoy. While those are cooling down, we are just bringing in our medium mixing bowl. In our medium mixing bowl, I'm just gonna start by grabbing our little canned chicken here for this delicious little game day appetizer. Perfect. With our canned chicken, I'm coming in with the one, the only, the Frank's Red Hot little buffalo sauce. I know that Buffalo Wild Wings also has a sauce. I'm pretty sure Heinz has a buffalo sauce now. Whatever kind of buffalo sauce you'd like. Also, you can make your own if you really want to. I like it spicy, so we're going in with about a 1/4 cup. And what pairs better with buffalo and chicken than our Hidden Valley Ranch? Obviously, you can make your own ranch with just some Greek yogurt and some ranch seasoning if you wanted to do a higher protein option. And then we're gonna come in with our medium cheddar cheese. This is a 2-cup bag. I'll probably only use about a cup. It just adds a great texture and a great cheesiness to our appetizer. And then to add some fresh greenery, I have some chopped chives. I really love a good chopped chive. You could also do a green onion here, but me and my family and friends, we love a good chive, and I just think it plays really nicely with our buffalo chicken little appetizer. Now that we have everything in our bowl, we're just gonna come in with our little spatula, and we wanna make sure that we get that chicken kind of broken up, and we wanna really get everything well combined before we move on to our next step. All right, now that we have everything super well combined, we're bringing back in our little halved deep fried Hawaiian sweet rolls. And I have our buffalo chicken mix. I'm just gonna grab my little ice cream scoop. Oh, if you could smell this right now. I mean, look at all the chives, the cheese, the chicken. I'm gonna try and go pretty heavy. Oh, that buffalo and the ranch. But you don't wanna overstuff them because you still want people to be able to enjoy them and put them in their mouths. Oh. And then that cheddar cheese as well. You could also do like a blue cheese here. I think a blue cheese would be super tasty, but most folks don't like blue cheese, so whatever your little heart desires. Oh, that is looking tasty. And the perfect condiment to go with our buffalo chicken little sliders is just some coleslaw. You could obviously make your own coleslaw, but just a little goes a long way. It'll break up some of that heat and just kind of adds a little bit of freshness, a little bit of crunch too. Oh, and then remember we have our deep fried little Hawaiian rolls, which adds an additional layer of crunch. Oh, my mouth is absolutely watering. Perfect for game day. Perfect little picnic, 4th of July. And the best thing, you just pop them right back over. Oh, I might have just done this one upside down. Oh, maybe not. Oh, look at how amazing and stacked those puppies are. And the best part, so you can make one by one, but oh, buffalo, chicken, and we have that coleslaw, all those chives, and they're deep fried, which is even better. Oh, you cannot tell me that doesn't look absolutely amazing. Perfect for game day, super customizable, and always delicious. Enjoy.